Good luck. Iheme sole administrator of Ahoda East local government area in Rivers State, has denied resigning despite a letter circulating on social media claiming otherwise. In a radio interview, Iheme said he was still in office and that the resignation letter dated June 20th was forged. He alleged that hoodlums attacked his office, stealing personal documents, including the fake letter. However, Hector Ekeakita, Chief Security Officer of the Council, claimed Iheme resigned following pressure from local youths accusing him of mismanaging funds and neglecting the Council. Iheme's appointment was part of a wider move by Rivers State sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, retired, who appointed 23 local government administrators. I mean, the video circulated online all of
I listened
all of last week,
to that video this morning. It was horrible, horrific.
Where he was being promoted. But here he's saying no, he didn't resign. What are your thoughts on this report?
Well, this is Rivers State where all things are possible politically. You know, the drama, you know, we still have a parallel line dividing those for and against Fubara and Wike. So the hype and the tension cease to die down. And again, you'll find out that those in the Fubara's camp are still believing that those that come within this, this space of the emergency rule are still people loyal to the camp of Nyesom Wike. You can't take it away from their assertions and what they have come to believe in. So that is where these problems are coming from. And those people that have gone to attack Iheme or those who has been putting ego eye on his administration are those from the camp of either the sacked local government chairman that came from APP, the kangaroo local government election that was conducted on the 5th of October 2024 by the suspended governor Semilare Fubara, of which the Supreme Court have said that that event never took place.
Well, yeah, of course.
So those people that came...
Why would they be doing this now?
Yeah, no, the people were loyal to him. And also people were also those people loyal to that sacked eventful local government chairman purported is also loyal to the suspended governor. So they are still on ground. They are looking for any opportunity to denigrate and pull down whatever is coming from Nyesom Wike's camp to paint it in a bad light.
But the whole idea of this emergency rule in Rivers State
was to bring about peace.
To broker some form of peace.
No, has not.
With this, has any form of peace been broken?
But I've told you from Ab initio that we have gone past 3 months. Nothing is happening, and the governor suspended is not even being perturbed. He still can't fathom a mind of his own to be intentional of what he wants. If he wants to come back, or he has thrown in the towel, or he wants to come back and get impeached so that he can go home for good. So instead of, you know, he has been in the habit of not calling his lieutenants to order. That has been his. If he wants to reprimand them, he comes to the public, and after that he will go behind and start doing the damage control after effect. So their camp has always been in shambles and in disarray because they don't have a clear leader who has a clear direction and purpose of what they want. So they keep flogging it around, beating about the bush. But you have seen the other camp of Nyesom Wike being very intentional. And you remember that Nyesom Wike has told those assembly members that you will return. That nothing will make you not to return. That don't panic. And at the end of the day, what happened? They came back upon all the hula baloo, all the sentiments and bias, and whatever form of rhetorics that were painted by the Fubara camp. Did it make that promise and those words of Nyesom Wike not to come to fruition? It came. So if you are a leader and you don't have a clear cut agenda and directive of where your followers will follow, this is what you get. So those people...
So are you of the opinion that these youths that, you know, beat up the chairman and, you know, it's when, according to him, robbed
you carted away some sensitive documents.
So you think they are from, this camp?
No. There is nothing to. It is not. I'm not here to sugarcoat or blanket it. But I've given you the clear. Look at what happened in Obiapo then, when one Chijoki Hunwa came, and you could also that within that frame, within that that temper that rose so high. Last year, 2024, you could see some attacks and counter-attacks and some local government headquarters. So, who were attacking each other? The Nyesom Wike camp were attacking, and the Fobara camp were attacking. And this time around, which I have given you a clear-cut statement that those in Fobara's camp still believe that Nyesom Wike, who has even come out to say that if the president has consulted him before the current state of emergency, he would have said no. Because he has a clear intention that Fubara should be impeached democratically, so that he will go and we will be gone past all those things we are facing now. If Fubara had been impeached, the democratic way of removing a governor that is heady and has found culpable won't be here. Would have gone past all the. Who would have remembered that Fubara had even ruled River State? What we have been talking now is the INEC either preparing for election, with the election would have come and gone, because we are in the third month. So, Mr. President caused all these infractions that we are seeing, because if, as Nyesom Wike said, because why I said Nyesom Wike said if Mr. President had consulted him before the current state of emergency, he would have not agreed. Is because those in Fubara's camp who are thinking that Nyesom Wike is behind the coming of the emergency rule, and he has a hand in the appointment of retired Rear Admiral Ebas, and now the formation of whatever sole administrator they're having in different local governments. They are still biased. That's why if this camp is really so reasonable enough, they will find out that this emergency is not the intention of Nyesom Wike.
But now the argument is that he was misappropriating funds, not necessarily.
No, I'm coming to that. Misappropriation of funds is in the habit of anybody who finds himself in a political space, especially those entrusted with our common purse, our common funds. Recall, I don't know whether you were here, recall that when Fubara appointed caretaker committee chairman, those accusations arose. Most of them bought houses in billions. We discussed it here. Most of them were accused of buying houses for their girlfriends. Remember that there were some of them that didn't contest as substantive chairman when the local government election or that event came into play. 2 or 3 of them were suspended. And the other people took their position. But where you knew that some of them rode on the back of being caretaker committee to substantive, the purported substantive chairman, they held sway for 6 months before the Supreme Court sent them packing. So this is what we have been seeing in Nigeria. It cut across. It's not only in Ihamacho. This Ihamacho came up because people have been monitoring those who are dissatisfied with his comment. And from the camp they thought he was coming from, because not even one of them that is solad in the 23 local governments in River State have not been, people has tried to link them or have an affinity with Nyesom Wike. Any of them, anybody they put in, that is why ABS has to bring somebody from Cross River State or Akwa Ibom to come and become the RISEC chairman, the person he has presented, so that those name calling and those banter will cease. Still, it's not ceasing. So when you talk about those people that are there, I myself, I did my due diligence. Some of them, they say, he's an in-law to Nyesom Wike. Even people that are not related with him by Adam or Eve. So even those people that are not seen with him or his camp in those political gatherings that have been appointed, some of those dissenting voices will always find a way of linking them with affinity to Nyesom Wike. That is what is bringing those things.
So this is not dying down anytime.
No, if you are accusing a sitting chairman or Solad, we have EFCC, we have ICPC, you have even the DSS you can write to. And they do those, you don't take the laws into your hands. You don't become the arbiter and the complainant at the same time. So going to rough handle him and manhandle will not cease even if you open the files of those people, because they have a lot of monies in their hands. Remember that the Supreme Court have said release the monies directly to the LGs. And those guys that have come under this emergency rule are also being favored because the federal government, through the presidency, has been very intentional in releasing the money to them. So they have a lot of money and there are no work for them to do. They only pay salaries. They are not by any... They came under emergency rules.
Does that mean it's okay for them to misappropriate?
No, it is not. But if you have found a window of misappropriation, you have channels. And the person who is taking the law into his hands now, who's supposed to be the chief security officer of the local government, whether you like it or yes, the long arm of the law will catch him. And he will know that at the end of the day, whether you have caught somebody, according to the Nigerian constitution, even if you have caught somebody in the very act of armed robbery or stealing, hand him over to the appropriate authority. Even when the military arrests people, they impose them to the police, who are the statutory duty and obligation to investigate and prosecute. You can't go to any law court and see a military man coming to stand as a prosecutor. They go through the place. So those things we are seeing in Rivers State is still that nerves are still being fred. But the moment we begin to realize that we need to put together to make peace, if we continue like this, it becomes a banana republic, a lawless, but where the mighty become the stronger or the strongest. And it's not going to help us. If the guy is not doing anything, there are wits around the local government. There are the properties you can link to him. Like some of them that were called out when they were CTC chairman during Fobra time. I think they did their due diligence. And further that those people really acted in a way that is unbecoming of their office. And even some of them were even reporting to the camp of Nyesom Wike. It was very funny. Some people working with Fobra still being a mole to Nyesom Wike. So you find out where those infractions are. So if you have found out that there is a loophole, move to the appropriate authorities. If they didn't take what you have said seriously, go on social media. You know how to float it, and people will begin to call the government to look into that particular thing. This is an era of social media.
Right, instead of taking laws into the...
Instead of taking laws into that, at the end of the day, that thing you are doing that is right, ab initio, because you have taken law into your hands, we spoil the case that you have at hand. Though that somebody that have a case in court, you come out and be making inflammatory statements, you are charged for being sub judice to a case that already in a competent court of jurisdiction. So what they have done is okay, to voice out concerns, to call out that what the monies that are coming here. Because remember, they know of how much that is coming in.
So what is not okay is the fact that they actually went
their own way.
Right.
Just for them to show that this is not our own man.
Right.
And we are dissatisfied with what is happening, but that is not how to show dissatisfaction. At the end of the day, they have spoiled their case. Because nobody will be looking at, believe you me, Ruth, nobody in his same mind here seeing that video will be talking about the misappropriation of funds. They will be talking about how the man was being denigrated and was battered and abused in his office.